Hello students, I hope you are all well. For today, I am sending this video to you so that we have a continued class. For some reason, some personal reason, obviously, I am unable to take your live class today. We will resume your live classes from tomorrow onwards in the usual pattern. So for today, please observe this video, note down the solution, and there will be no homework today. Only this, you have to do the questions that we have completed in this video. Now, yesterday we started with a new chapter, that was chapter number 6. Chapter number 6, that was fractions, and we did some exercises about that. We did some questions regarding that. We understood that a fraction is relative part of whole. It is a part of whole, just like I have taken this example of a pizza box here. So this pizza, if I take this much pizza, okay, so what is this pizza, what does this pizza, this part of pizza entail? It shows us this part. Let me use a brighter color, this part of pizza. Okay, so what they have done is they had cut the pizza into few parts, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. They have cut the pizza in 8 parts. Okay, and if you select to eat 3 parts out of those 8 parts, okay, leave the rest to your family members. So what you are consuming, you are consuming the third part of that pizza out of 8 parts. Okay, and in this manner we describe what a fraction was. You consumed 3 parts out of 8 equal parts. You consumed 3 parts out of 8 equal parts, and that is what it means when you consume 3 slices of this pizza. Okay, there were total 8 parts, you consume almost half of it. Okay, that is how it's read. So 3 slices out of 8 equal slices. Keep in mind, we are talking about equal slices. Equal is a very important word here. Equal slices. Okay, so we did some exercises like this yesterday. I also took an example of ice cream. You cut an ice cream into 8 parts, you divide them into you and your 3 friends, and each of you got 2 slices of that ice cream. So each of you got 2 by 8 parts of that ice cream. This reads out as 2 out of 8 equal parts. Okay, so this is what a fraction is, a relative part of whole. There is a whole, a complete object which is divided subsequently into smaller objects, and then out of those smaller objects, some are being taken or some are being focused on, and we determine fraction according to it. We have similar examples regarding your exam marks. Okay, you have exam of 10 marks and you got 5 marks out of those 10, so we write it as 5 upon 10. Okay, so that upon funda, that is called the fraction. Okay, now we completed this question already. We completed question number 1 2 3 4 in your book only. Fraction for these circles, for A part you told me that the fraction was 7 upon 10. 7 for the numbers of the circle that are shaded, 10 for total number of circles. For the B part you told me the fraction was 3 upon 10, 3 for the shaded circle and 10 for all the circles. Okay, so now we are moving on to question number 5 of this exercise. This is exercise 6.1. Okay, so we are jumping on to question number 5. We have already completed question number 1 2 3 4 in our previous classes. You responded very kindly to that. Okay, now question number 5 is Gyaneshwar solved 7 questions from 11. So Gyaneshwar got a paper in which there were 11 questions and he solved 7 questions. Okay, we don't know whether Gyaneshwar solved them correctly or not, whether he got full marks or not. Whatever it was, we don't know about it. We know this only, that out of these 11 questions, Gyaneshwar solved only 7 questions. So what is the fraction of questions did he solve? So fraction here will be number of questions that he solved upon total number of questions. So this is the fraction of questions that he solved. Let me add one more thing to you. What will be the fraction of questions he did not solve? So that will be out of 7, out of 11 question he solved 7 questions. So remaining will be 4 questions. Okay, you have 8, 9, 10, 11 such like. So remaining are 4 question, and out of 11 question, 4 question he did not solve. Although this is not part of your actual solution, question does not ask it, but we will write it just anyway to explore more about the topic. Okay, so what you have is, you have fraction of the of questions he did not solve. Okay, so for that fraction you have 4 upon 11. 4 is the number of questions he did not solve, and 11 is the total number of questions. Now let's talk about question number 6 and 7. Question number 6 and 7 are, question number 6 is, what fraction is 15 minutes of an hour? What fraction is 15 minutes of an hour? So first of all we should know how many minutes in an hour. 1 hour is equals to 60 minutes. Okay, so fraction of 15 minutes an hour, 15 minute of an hour. So fraction will be 15 minutes, and 1 hour is 60 minutes. Okay, so this is the fraction of 15 minutes of an hour. This is a fraction of 15 minutes of an hour. Later in the chapter we will study about simplifying of fraction. When we cover that topic, we will talk more about such fractions like 15 upon 60. Next one is, what fraction is 1 day of a week? What fraction is 1 day of a week? So first of all, number of days in a week. 1 week is equals to 7 days. Okay, 1 week is equals to 7 days. So fraction of 1 day of a week. Okay, so this will be 1 upon 7. 7 is total number of days inside a week. If the fraction has asked us about a month, then it would have been either 28, 29 or 30 or 31. Okay, 28 and 29 being leap year or not, 30 and 31 being a month of 30 days or 31 days. Now next is fraction of 4 hours of a day. Okay, now this time we are talking about hours and days. We are talking about conversion between hours and days. So we should know how many hours are there in a day. So 1 day is equals to 24 hours. Okay, 1 day is equals to 24 hours. By clock you have 12 plus 12 hours. Okay, so 1 day is equals to 24 hours. We all know that. So fraction is 4 hours of a day. Okay, so its fraction form will be represented as 4 hours of a day. In a day we had 24 hours. So this will be the fraction form. Once again, when we learn about the simplification of fraction, we will talk about more about such fractions. Okay, because we can see that 4 and 24 belongs to each other. 4 is 6 is 24, and we can be doing something with that, but we will talk about that when we talk about simplification of fraction. In this exercise we are just writing down the fraction as much as we can. Next is question number 9. Question number 9 is, write the natural numbers from 1 to 19. Okay, so we will start with writing of the natural numbers. We have to write down natural numbers from 1 to 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and last 19. Okay, what fraction of them are prime numbers? So in order to determine the fraction of prime numbers, first of all we have to identify the prime numbers. Now remember, we discussed this in the first chapter also. Prime numbers, which are prime numbers? Which are only divisible by 1 and itself. The numbers which are only divisible by 1 and itself, or we can say the numbers which come in the table of 1 and itself only. Okay, they do not come in the table of any other numbers. Now 1 is not a prime number, okay, because 1 do not come in the table of any other number, it comes on the table of itself only. Okay, so 2 is a prime number, it only come in the table of 2 and 1. 3 is a prime number, it only come in the table of 3 and 1. 4 is not a prime number because 2 2s is 4. 5 is a prime number. 6 is not a prime number because 3 2s are 6 and 6 2s is 2 3s is 6. Next 7 is a prime number because 7 1s are 7. Next 8, 9, 10 are not prime number. 8 is 4 2s are 8. 9 is 3 3s are 9. 10 is 5 2s are 10. Okay. 11 is a prime number because it is divisible by 1 and 11 only. 12 is not a prime number, it is a composite number. It is formed by multiplication of 2, 3 and 2. Then 13 is a prime number. After 13 we will jump on to 17. 17 again prime number, and 19. So let us count down all the prime numbers that we indicated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So in total we have 8 prime numbers. Okay. So what we should do now? We should write the fraction. So in this fraction, on the numerator you will have prime numbers. So you have total of 8 prime numbers between 1 and 18. And how many numbers are between 1 and 18? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are total of 19 numbers. So 8 by 19 is the fraction of prime numbers between 1 and 19. 8 by 19 is the fraction of prime numbers between 1 and 19. Okay. Now moving on to the next part of the chapter, question number 10. Write each of the following divisions as fractions. We have to write each of the following divisions as fractions. So how do we go about doing that? We just remove the sign of division and we do this. 3 is divided by 5 means 3 upon 5. That's it. Nothing much. B, 7 divided by 21 becomes the first number as it is and second number to the denominator. Then C1, 8 divided by 24 becomes 8 to the numerator and 24 to the denominator. And lastly D, 9 divided by 13 means 9 in the numerator and 13 in the denominator. This above number is called numerator. Okay, and this below number is called denominator. Above number is called numerator, below number is called denominator. Now next is question number 11, and this is the last question of our chapter. This is the last question of our exercise. So question is 5 upon 15. We have to write them in division form. We have to write them in division form. So for A, we are just going to do the opposite what we did in the previous question. In previous question we removed the division sign and we moved this second number to the denominator. This time we will bring that second number to the numerator and put a division sign in between. Again 13, put the 39 to the top and put a division sign in between. Then again 17, put 17 to the top and put a division sign in between. Then again put 13 to the top and put a division sign in between. So this is how you do the question. I hope you got most of the concepts. If you have any doubt, keep them with you. Tomorrow we will be taking a live class, and in that class I will clear all your doubts. So thank you for your time. Have a nice day.